strongest and smartest men who've ever lived. I see all this potential. I see squandered. God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves with white collars.
Marcus Garvey got my right, Drew Ali got my left side. Hook pulling for devil's hides with the valley of death stride. Blade dirty like it doesn't shower, tongue is the sword. Moorish master MC Moore, Asaf M. Lord. Accent of Tony Martin and Kwame Ture. They poison Steve Coakley, exposing the black bullet. Threatening Ivan Van Sertima with deportation to his own land he's in. So you know some Masons are pulling strings to shut him up for saying Olmecs. Speaking the truth of those existing before Toltecs and Aztecs and Mayan. So-called blacks are the Hawaiian and the American and the free white man. Stop the blood clot crying. Irish nigga fighting a dancing monkey. Disgrace the race, slap a mumble rap chunky. Take your mask off, show you the future, give you nervous sweats. Listen to yourself singing about Molly and Percocets.
Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate, so we can buy shit we don't need.
I see y'all wearing skinny jeans and sagging in sports bra shirts, calling Mochi to bury them in Calgary far outskirts, too grizzly to bear. I fear falling off this frisbee, I swear. Never mind sight impaired, stay on my square. 7 and 4 quadrant ring. I'm on my knees not praying. I'm strangling gin with rude raksha beads. Some might say mala, some might call it a Buddhist chain. In times of war, everything is a weapon just the same as everything above has a below. Check the facts in stone, or if you can find one, ask a pharaoh. What Orion and Sirius have to do with the plateau of Giza. Ancestors thought project place to place like Freezer. Morris scientists, Sufis, shut up and down believers. Make those with little faith become ancestral receivers. Through signs and symbols, rhymes and signals. Either abandon or get your birthright like a retriever. Abandon or get your birthright like a retriever. No need to bring it back, you need no shepherd. Stop being a sheep, black, stop wasting effort. Stop letting traders chill, drop them off in deserts. I buzz at dinner, a sellout, before I get the hell out. I listen to what Drew Ali taught, he didn't have to yell out. Ref bring the bell out, Shango the chicken heads out. Merge shaman stones and tiger eyes help the spell out. Cool Bay, the reason El Shabazz and Ali fell out. Moore's disgruntled and watching people with brows crumble to be exalted, but praise themselves never humble. Begging for props, wanting segregation, but calling the cops, then calling them racist after someone gets shot or beat to a pulp or choked out. R.I.P. Their ancestors let their devil self haunt their dreams, tortured forever and ever have peace never. So low make their head hurt with biometric pressure.
Little children of history, man. No purpose or place. We have no Great War, no Great Depression. Our Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives.
Peace, Moors. Islam to all. Islam to all. What's wrong with our people? They really don't want to get why they're in the situation that they're in. You know, they love complaining. But we're gonna go into a bit of why we're in the situation we're in right now. We're gonna go to one of the craziest slaps you would ever get, wanting to find out what's going on. The roots of the ancient fall of the Moabite woman by R.V. Bey and Taj Tariq Bey. We only deal with the masters. We don't deal with the dingbats. We don't deal with the dingbats. Yeah. It's definitely up there. Now, the problem is, started thinking like the colonists, the noble Drew Ali. The problem is that mother fell because of patriarchy. Patriarchy needs to get strangled, just like mother strangling this patriarch right here. That's what has to happen to patriarchy. But mother has to know herself first in order for, it to really manifest how, we see it manifesting. Remember, no brother, man, king, whatever like that in the picture. He's nowhere. He's not behind her with a gun and all that stuff. Just her. Just her and the patriarchy, one-on-one. Her and the patriarchy, one-on-one. Now remember, keep in mind, we're from the masters. So when you see R.V. Bey and Taj Tariq Bey and you think, oh yeah, the mother and that brother wrote a book together and all. No, that's not what's going on. This is mother and son. Mother and son. And then this is the real 6-point star. This is the offspring of R.V. Bey and Taj Tariq Bey. This right here. The masculine force and the feminine force coming together to create her. And then once you understand her, then we can get somewhere. Just like Drew Ali holding the mother on the 101 questionnaire. He's holding the mother. He's not holding no brothers. He's not holding brothers. Brothers are mute. They're unimportant at this point. Because you got all these muscles, you're not just going to go punch a cracker in the face just because you owe them that. Then don't tell me nothing about flexing and showing me your muscles and all that stuff. Your abs. I don't give a shit about your goddamn abs. What are you doing to stop this patriarchy and assisting mother in beating patriarchy's ass? But no, you don't want to do that because patriarchy gives a lot of these niggers what they got right now. And they're happy. They're happy. But we're going to give it all back to mother because, like we say, ain't nobody going to do this. Nobody's going to do this and give you this info. The unified mind of Taj Tariq Bey and Ras Mariah Bey, and then that information. Right. Collective. All compiled into one. So you don't have to go far. There's 30 pages. You don't have to go far to find all your stuff. But the problem is you have people praying with you. Playing games. What you have is people playing games with you. You go check everybody's record. Everybody's record has the mother of God as an Asiatic woman. Everybody. So if everybody else is honoring the Moabite Moorish woman, and then the people who directly came out of her womb are
dishonoring her. So we're going to get into a little bit. You already know we don't got time because these people play their little games. But we're going to be going back. Well, we're going to be going forward. 6 p.m. Canaanland Moors, because some black guys were talking crazy. And they want to talk about the Moors and all this. And we better have our facts to back up whatever. So Canaanland Moors, 6 p.m. If you think you're Negro, black, colored, African, or whatever, and you know people like that, make sure you send them the place to go to at 6 p.m. Don't worry about verses and all that stuff. We already know what's up. People are bored. Or you tell me at a concert online and all the fans are on their screen and that's real to people? That's a real thing? And then going back again to the mother and the patriarchy, and then the highwaymen show up to the verses. The highwaymen show up to the verses, and Beanie Man's telling them whatever, and then Bunty Killer got the hell out of there. And people are looking like he's punking out or something like that, when these people are hunting him down right now. Why wouldn't he run? They're hunting him down right now. He has issues with them right now. He does not want to see those people. And then, right, so he took the Noble Drawley said, if you can't flee, drop the world on them. He was able to flee, so, you know what I mean? It is what it is. You tell me because he left when the police came, he's a punk and all this stuff. Why is he running? People making all these type of freaking stuff with showing him leaving the thing and all this when he has stuff with them right now. I would run too if I was him. Because he doesn't know nothing about nationality, birthrights, how to stand up on law against these people. They have him right now. On top of that now, Beanie Man now, so he has the mic, conveniently, when highwaymen come. Right? He's trying to tell the highwaymen, come on, you know, whatever, and he's giving them their whatever. And people are raving as if he said some law or something like that. Now in the background, what they didn't let you know, what they didn't let you know in the background is that Rihanna also talked to the highwaymen outside. Now, if Rihanna came to a highwayman, now let's think about this. Let's think this through, right? You're a highwayman, and you know that whatever, and then you see something going on, and you go check, and Rihanna comes out and says, you know, we're just whatever. What are you gonna do? If you're a highwayman, Beanie Man's telling you, hey, we're just doing something for whatever, you know, whatever. And then Rihanna's telling you, could we just do this or whatever? Who you listening to? Who you paying attention to? Anybody, any one of you people say that you're listening to Beanie Man, you're a clown. Because you know you're going to go with Mother. Just so you could say, yeah, that thing happened because I made it happen. And Mother asked me, and yes. It's all about Mother. Ain't nothing to do about anything else. All it has to do with is the fact that she fell. When she fell, everything went to shit. Still in shit now because she's still falling. And I'm a brother. Trust me, I have Adam's apple and all that stuff. I know. As soon as I got into Moorish knowledge, yeah, I know. And then they're playing some patriarchal BS and not telling her what's up. That is because of her. If she realized, hey, you know it's because of you why we fell, she'll straighten up tomorrow. She'll fix her shit ASAP. And then when fixing her stuff, fix all the patriarchs out there, get them back on matriarchy. So we can get some stuff done. But don't take it from me. Don't debate Canaanland Moors. Go talk to RV Bay and Taj Street Bay if you have a problem with this. For all the patriarchs out there. For all the patriarchs, if you have a problem with this, go talk to them. Women fell from her nature, assigned matriarchal, hierarchical position, and higher state of mind. Oh yeah. And this is root of the ancient fall of the Moabite women. Humanity, female and male, her offspring, comma. Okay, so let's just... Humanity, female and male, but male is her offspring. If male is her offspring, that means females first and women create everything else, male and female. So if every man comes from a woman and that woman is mother, and it doesn't even matter which womb, every womb is mother. Man is always a son. Even if he's 99,000 years old, he's still a son. Men fell because women fell. If women didn't fall, man wouldn't fall. Real simple concept. She is the first man. They've been telling you, whenever you see man, that means masculine, man, male. No. Man means woman first. When you read the thing that, and man has the worth, and man, they're talking about woman first. Not talking about masculine. If you're thinking they're talking about masculine, you have a patriarchal mindset, which is a European thought. And you're already going to be off no matter where you go. They is the modern European, including the sellouts that ride with the modern European, which would include any race. They. And then there's us, the Asiatics, who are the Aboriginal indigenous people of the planet that recognize woman's first. And every single Aboriginal indigenous community had a council of elders that were all women. And they ran shit. Nobody else. They ran stuff. If you want to do anything, you have to go to them first. So us and they. There's no 50 million races. Two races. Asiatics, modern Europeans. There ain't nothing else. That's all that's on the planet. And then you have the animal life and the reptile life and the plant life. But as far as the people on the planet that classify themselves as Negro, Black, Colored, Hebrew Israelite, Rastafarian, Kemetic, whatever, and they call themselves all these names, they're in a fallen position because we stop recognizing who she is and who's first. And we start playing patriarchy like some Europeans. So we fell. Woman. They'll tell you Woman. Because if they tell you Woman, you're not going to connect womb. You're just going to think, oh, she's the opposite of him. No, womb man and no woman. So if there's a woman and a man with no womb, how is he the most powerful being and all this? How? He can't even create himself. He couldn't even attempt to create himself. You're not going to give honors? You're going to justify some patriarchy? You can't justify patriarchy. That's why we're losing. Because patriarchal that's not our society. Our society is matriarchal. That's how we've been all throughout history. And every time we fall, because we start chasing after some balls, penises. Every time. Every time. That's why we fall. And again, that's why we're still falling now. And it's so fallen now to the point where they took the man and they made him a patriarch, a matriarch. How man can't even bend down, their jeans are so tight. They have to bend over. They can't even bend down. They have to bend over. Women bend over. Just go check all this stuff. And then they never come out talking about their back hurt and all that stuff because they're God. They're the supreme being. Woman, through vanity and gratification of the lower self, created idol god worship systems and the personification image practices of nature's forces and powers, and uses these systems as weapons of power and control. So you have your two selves, higher self, lower self. The lower self is the root of the fall, plummet, downward. Fall, root. That's why we don't say, go back to your roots. As Moors, we say heritage. Because root is lower self. Root is a chakra. Why would you go there? Once again, roots of the ancient fall of the Moabite woman, chasing the lower self, root. Know the truth, and the truth will set you free. The popular promoted misconceptions of Allah as meaning God is a deliberate displacement created politically by the ruling patriarchy of Inquisition crusaders. Women need to know the truth of language and how the word Allah is not a masculine word, but it is feminine. reflective of the original matriarchal nature of the universe and the practice of acknowledging divinity. Allah is the Moabite woman, who is modernly called the African woman, the mother and source of the human family. So if you came from your mom and so every woman is a mother and every man is a son. So if he goes out with her and then they have a child, isn't that incest? And then if that's incest, why are you worried about some Moabites or an incest? That's why we're not Moors and all this BS. When we were created from incest, if she's mother, then what's your concept of incest? And is there such a thing? Or was that created by patriarchy for you to disrespect the position, thinking that as a man you have some power when that's mother? It's not your wife, your girl, your whatever. That's mother. Your son. Always. Always. She's always mother. No, you ask every brother, hey, where's your mom? Oh, yeah, your mom is oh yeah, they're gonna want to fight and strangle you and all that stuff. Oh, so they honor mom. All right, so if they honor mom, how come they don't honor their girl, which is mom? And pushing patriarchy. Allah, the father, as if father's masculine. That's not masculine, that's feminine. Allah is the Moabite woman, who is modernly called the African woman. She is currently asleep. So Nobujwali put himself holding unconscious mother, and him holding unconscious mother doesn't mean that, stuff's bad or whatever. She just sleep. When she wakes up, stands out on 2 feet, we're not going to have any issues. Everything's going to be good. But she's asleep. Because she doesn't know herself. She even thinks some man is superior to her. Which again goes back to the fall. Because when she starts saying, I'm inferior, you're not just inferior to Asiatic man, now you're inferior to everything. Now everything's ruling over you because you're in your lower self. But we get it because you're asleep. So this is about waking you up. This is about getting you from this sleep to awake. And sure about matriarch rules. Not assuming it rules because you read some book and it said whatever. She is currently asleep. However, when she awakens, the great meeting will be on, and we will experience the great wrath of Allah. Might want to stay asleep. Patriarch's gonna be mad when you get to your senses. Start playing around with these people. Playing. Let them play with you. Your mother. All across the board, your mother. Right? You worried about some some guys out there doing madness to our people or whatever like that. That's been going on. Why? Because she fell. And when she fell, patriarch ruled. Now, how'd patriarch get its power? Patriarch got its power because, remember, everything is through the Moabite women. All about Moabite women. Right? Modern European women has a problem. So there's a hate there for the Moabite women. Because she knows that she's not a mother, she's a daughter. The European woman knows that she's not a mother, she's a daughter. Why? Because the European son is a son. And he could never be a father. That's why the Europeans are known throughout the world as the children of humanity. Because they're the youngest race to get here. So because they're the youngest, don't you tell me anything about they can rule something. All they're doing is sitting in the seat that we built. Because we don't want to get back to recognizing who's God and who's mother and who's the foundation. And keep playing this Roman patriarchal BS. The Daughters of the American Revolution is a matriarchal society that promotes the Roman patriarchy. Is made up of European women only. Only. But, you know, people are going to be wearing turbans and stuff like that up in Daughters of the American Revolution. And pushing their Roman patriarchy, but they know that even amongst themselves as sons and daughters, daughters rule. Right? But remember, they had the experience from the barn and stuff like that, so they know that it's not about the daughter, it's all about the mother. This is why all these people have their black Madonnas, but they're European. And then our people still don't get it. And these people openly parade around the street with black Madonna, and our people play dumb. And then they want to complain. And why is this happening and all this stuff? Because you're a dumbass. That's why. You don't know what's up. You can't see it obviously in your face. You're just gonna play like you're not seeing it. Alright, whatever. You'll realize all these rapper girls and stuff like that are like people who got fake breasts and fake butt and stuff like that. Only people who are man and want to try to be women do that. A normal woman not gonna be doing that, because you have breasts and ass already. Like what do you want? And you doing that to try to impress some man, but then all these rapper guys in the background, they're gay and stuff like that. So what man are they? What's going on here? That's nuts. But that's how it is when our people don't know themselves. That's how it is when our people don't know themselves, especially when she doesn't know herself. If she doesn't know herself, here we are complaining. Remember, this is the Europeans now, right? This is the European women. Their knowledge of the true history of the workings of nature has given them the upper hand in the wise use of teaching from the womb, preparing her sons for world power, dominance, and rulership. So, Daughters of the American Revolution was set up so that Europeans could train their daughters to bring forth sons that are going to have the patriarchal Roman stuff running through them from birth. That they gonna be somebody and all that. Because remember, everybody's doing whatever to build up their nation, and then we're doing everything to tear ours down. Everybody's doing everything to build up their nation. We're doing everything to tear us down. How's that? And then we want to complain about how come we're not doing anything and we don't have this and that. Where's our Moorish and this and that? What do you mean where? Where's your brains? Matriarchal rules. In denial? Because you don't see all these issues going on. You don't think because she's been subjugated, that's why? Alright. We'll carry on in the BS then. Enjoy it. Get your bibs ready and all that stuff. The truth regarding New World Order. For indigenous people, Moors, the New World Order is the return of the ancient world order of justice and civilized principles. Women must prepare the world, humanity, for the new age, which is surely must come, for the desired and needed higher consciousness to generate the higher beings to be placed into society. This is why humanity is written across her womb, even in her unconscious state. The keys to civilization involves a true knowledge of herself and of the ancient natural sciences. In her awakened glory, she is the light of the world, the great matriarch, who builds Solomon's temple in the silent darkness of her womb, without the sound of a hammer or the rasp of a saw. Oh, you thought Solomon's temple and Freemasonry and gavels and all that stuff was... Patriarchy got you. You thought masonry was some building some temple of some whatever. That's not what it is. It's mother. Mother bringing forth life is masonry. God and Godding. Hope you people are listening who call yourself God and gods and the gods of this and that. Hope you're listening. God and Godding is an action word. It is not a being. It is the action of calling upon, invoking, and pouring out. God and Godding. For all the people that she's earth and I'm God and all this, no. Talking BS. God and Godding is an action word. It is not a being. Are you a being? Yeah? Well, if you're a being, you can't call yourself God. And if you can't call yourself God, all that God stuff you've been talking for the past 50, 60 years, BS. Played ourselves. And look at us where we are, because we played ourselves, calling ourselves verbs, calling ourselves adjectives, we're calling ourselves verbs, we're calling ourselves places, we're calling ourselves everything except what we should be calling ourselves, and then we're complaining. And I get it, mental slavery is a hell of a drug. A hell of a drug. So, yeah, keep playing around, calling yourself God and all that stuff, and the BS continues. God is an action. God is a doing, not a being. Is thinking doing something? Then that's Godding. Now, the frequency could be high or low, so watch what you're thinking, because you're God. And anything could manifest. So you better know what you have on your mind. If you're talking about thinking, to play God. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat. I'm going to just go through. I might have missed something. Yep. Pope's always on his knees, honoring our mother. And we're treating her like BS. You're not honoring her. You don't hear none of these black whoever's talking like this. She's the foundation. You don't hear none of them. You're giving some fake props to mother. Because they'll play patriarch all day with you. In conclusion, we must honor our ancient mothers and fathers and do our part in the great missionary work of helping to uplift fallen humanity, and we must utilize the 5 principles. 1. Love. When you find love, you find 2. Truth. When you find truth, you find 3. Peace. When you find peace, you find 4. Freedom. When you have freedom, 5. Justice is done. When you have justice, you receive the effects of your cause. All hail the great Moabite Moorish woman, matriarchy, the divine mother. We knew gave everything in existence the opportunity to exist. Divine mother did that. No patriarchy, no masculine forces and all this BS. Masculine nothing without mother. Nothing. Developing a greater respect for womanhood. Remember, this is still conclusion. Teach the following, for starters, to your daughters for their instruction and knowledge of themselves, of nature and their relationship to nature, their powerful womb that summons, creates entities, both physical and spiritual. People who might not have children or whatever, don't feel bad. Spiritually, you create stuff too. You're still a mother. So they may develop and maintain a greater respect for their womanhood. Moore's Order of the Round Table, Lesson Book 9, Applied Science. Applied Science of the number 9. Name the thing that is contained within the female that is the germ of the new being, an egg. What is a daughter cell? A daughter cell is the manifest of the first splitting or duplication of a cell during the process of genetic reproduction. What is a zygote? A zygote is a yolk or any cell formed by the union of 2 gametes. What planet governs the reproductive organs of woman? The moon. How many times does the moon revolve around the earth while the earth revolves around the sun in 1 year? 13 times. The moon's revolution around the earth is irregular because of its elliptical orbit. Can you give a more precise time of the moon's revolution around Earth? Give the average number of days, hours, and minutes. The mean or average duration of the moon's rotation around the Earth is 27 days, 7 hours, and 43.2 minutes. Aphrodite is a Greek word meaning foam-born. Is it also the name for what planet? Aphrodite is the planet Venus. Month means a measure of time corresponding to the revolution of what planet? Month is derived from and synonymous with moon. What is a solar month? A solar month is the 12th part of a solar year. What is the sun's apparent yearly path among the stars is called? The ecliptic. Name the solstices: summer solstice, winter solstice. Name the equinoxes: vernal equinox, autumnal equinox. Name the 4 cardinal points of the zodiac: Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. She was taken up, not to her own eternal realm, but instead to a position just above her son. She was to remain in this 9th heaven until she restored what was lacking in her. From the Secret Teachings of Jesus. So supreme honors to Mother. And we'll close out with this. If women are going to solve any of her problems, she must first know herself and know that she continues to bring children into this world without a proclamation of nationality in honor of their mothers and fathers, anciently, as there are issues of heritage, consanguinity, pedigree, lineage, etc., that come down through her as a hereditament, and people place their trust upon the ways of their foremothers and forefathers, then there will be suffering as a result of failure to do so. So know thyself. Roots of the ancient fall of the Moabite women. Every mother, pick it up. Every mother, pick it up. You can get a poster. Give yourself some. You can get a poster with it. Honors to all the mothers. If anybody has any debates about whether mother rules stuff, put it in the chat, push the thing, and let's talk about it. Because if you still think patriarch rules after all that, then you seriously have some problems. You need to check yourself. If you're thinking anything about man, anything, on some same level with her and all this, the hell out of here. Your tits don't even work. What are you talking about? You have his goddamn nipples talking crazy. Nipple boy talking crazy. And she don't need you to create either. She's really in tune with herself. She need our dumbass. What does that mean about women who can't give birth? Just can't give birth. Not this lifetime. Unpersonal. Go adopt some children. Everybody needs some love right now. Even those adopted children. So don't think because you can't give birth, you still can't be a mother. Because I know children who say mother to people who aren't even their mom. So don't think that, because you can't or you don't have or whatever, you can't do anything. Yeah, right. Whatever. Children are suffering right now. You go somewhere right now, you see some child suffering. Be there, mom. Any more questions? Throw it out there. Don't forget Canaanland Moors, 6 p.m. Black guy talking crazy in his chat. In his comments of his video. Elaborate on that question there, Travon. Yeah, well, the point of the relationship is realizing that she's mother. That's what has to get stuck in the head. I don't care if you did the go on the knee and then you got the big ring and all that stuff. You're nothing. She's mother. She should get that anyways. Every day she should get the knee and put the ring on. Because that's mother. Just like how you deal with your mom. And everybody's honor their mom and that stuff, and they wouldn't let anybody tell them, your mom sucked my dick and all that stuff. You're fighting. They can say your dad sucked dick all day. It ain't nothing. You don't care. Let them talk crazy about mother. You gotta kill somebody because they talked about your mom messed up. And you're telling me that's what? Because she's also because you didn't come out her womb, she's not your mom. Yeah, right. She's your mom. She's your mom. That's the relationship. And then if she wants to, make it be, the what relationship from your perspective, then okay, then it would be that, because that's what she wants. Because your mother, she already knows what's up. She's intuition. She knows what's up. She knows what to do, how to do it, and all that. Because she's the only one that could do the science. It's not nothing personal against the brothers. Nothing personal. There's the amount of factors that could be why she's depressed is you don't have that much paper. You don't have that much screen. Yeah, they don't feel whole because they don't see themselves like this as mother. You see that right there in the hand? That's the king, that's the prince, remember, there's no man around here. No man standing behind the throne with the big sword and all that stuff to defend her. It's just her. And then that's man. This is always man. On the titty. Always. I don't care how old he is, he's always on the titty. She doesn't see herself as whole. That's why she doesn't feel whole. But she is mother. Once that concept is etched in our mind, then things will start changing because we're looking at it different. And know thyself is knowing about your nationality and your birthrights. Not because you came from some Africa, you know yourself and all that. And who built the pyramids and all the stuff like they say. That means know thyself. No. Knowing thyself is knowing about your nationality and birthright, that we're Moors. And we've been in this land. And not just this land, but across the Atlantic, across the Pacific. Any land you know, we've been there. And we left stuff everywhere. But the miseducation of self is because of the people who look just like her. That's playing patriarchy. What we have to do to make her feel whole is give her her throne and take the one that you were sitting on and make firewood out of it. Because we're unimportant. We don't need to sit next to her to be the man. No, when she gives the orders and then we do what she says, then we'll be the man. Not being the man just because we're next to her. No, that all that is hers. So men play the position of not, because remember, we're going clean slate because stuff's pretty much done, because she's out of her mind right now. Just look at her. She's out of her mind. Right? And we're not talking about the ones who have some sense right now that know what's up. They're exempt from this conversation because they already know what's up. They're already doing what they're supposed to be doing. Their children are gods. You talk to their children, and their children are gods walking. So trust me, there's ones who've done their job and used their womb for what they're supposed to use it for. Right? Like there are little Asiatic geniuses. Now they know that they're not black and all that. They're too. Right? So we're not talking about them. We're talking about the dummies who don't want to get it. And this stuff like this is so they can get it. Stuff like this is what is gonna change what's going on. Letting them know what's up. Stop playing. You know how many? Just go on Amazon and look up how many books are about the cosmic mother and the Sibyls and the whatever you want to call them. Matriarchy. And people talking all this other BS. Like that stuff means something for our get out of what we're in. Like as Moors, we have superior knowledge, so we already know what's like. These are the lessons that we have, and all this is the same stuff that came out of ancient Kemet or whatever that they call the mystery school system information. It's all that. The difference with us is that we have a nationality which changes the frequency of everything that we do. That's why I said there's people already on the science that they did what they're supposed to do. It's the ones who aren't dealing with it. And it starts with all hailing the great Moabite Moorish woman. It all starts with there. Until that's satisfied, you know, we'll do our best. But Moors already know what's up, and you know certain things are already done. You know, honors to all mothers. The ancient civilization was all founded on her. Canaanland Moors, 6 p.m. on YouTube. See if this black guy shows up. Wants to talk about stuff, why we're Moors and all this. Hit the DM if anything, getting the countdown. So you already know. Islam to all the mothers. Peace and love. Islam.